This program was brought to you by Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a health and wellness company that provides healthy coffees, teas, and chocolate. All one has to do is consume the available products to get all the available benefits. One can also share these products with others to help them improve their health as well. For more information, call 703-359-5642 or visit the website basillemba.com.
And now, FAIRFAX Breakfast Club with your host, Basil Lemba.
Welcome to the FAIRFAX Breakfast Club show. My name is Basil Lemba and I will be your host. The FAIRFAX Breakfast Club is a weekly show program in which we bring to you valuable and workable know-how you can use to improve your networking skills and grow your business. We always start the show with a quote. Today's quote is, "The whole world is about 3 drinks behind." And that is from Humphrey Bogart. I knew our guests would love that.
That's very nice. I like that.
Our guest today, we have a very special guest, somebody who's a mixology bartending. Her name is Ricki Quarterman. Hello, Ricki. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So you like the quote from Humphrey Bogart?
I love it. I love it. Would you say the whole world is 3 drinks behind?
Yes.
Indeed.
Your job is to help them catch
It's
up.
to help them catch up. Absolutely, 1 drink at a time. I like that. I'm going to a mental note. I've got that one. Okay. I'm saying we might have to put that on our website. I love it.
You should do that.
Yeah, I love it. That's great.
And that's from Humphrey Bogart, a famous actor too.
Oh, absolutely. I know Humphrey. What's his other popular line? He has one. It's a piano thing
Bring
where he
it on,
says,
son.
"Here's looking at you, kid." Isn't that Humphrey Bogart? Here's looking at you, kid. I think that's him too, from Casablanca, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Absolutely, that's him.
Yeah, that's it. I got it. I like that though. I never heard that. I love it.
Now you can use it.
Absolutely going to. Promotional item. You've got to catch up. Per Humphrey. I think they'll like that.
So tell us about your business, Ricki.
Well, whenever people ask me that, I'm thinking there's so much to say about it. Mm-hmm. How do I get it all in? Mm-hmm. But what primarily we like to consider ourselves to be a beverage catering company. Okay. And it's unfortunate sometimes that we have the name bar in our name because people automatically think we're just alcohol and that we only do drinks. Mm-hmm. But I say beverage catering because we're all things drinkable. That means that, yes, absolutely, we can create you the most fantastic cocktail you've ever had. Yes, we can do that. But we also do fresh fruit smoothies. We rent out frozen drink machines. We partner with another company that does ice cream socials. We're anything and everything, root beer floats, anything and everything that you can imagine that you can put in a cup. That is what we're going to do for you. So we do kids parties all the time. And they're like, what? Yes, absolutely. We do kids parties because we do the fruit smoothies, the frozen drink machines, and a lot of people love those frozen drink machines only because everybody likes the Slurpee, right? Everybody likes the Slurpee. And we can also do that in low sugar, fat-free, all of those different, any flavor that you can kind of think of. Absolutely, that's us, and kids love us for that. We do a lot of bat and bar mitzvahs just for that reason. Because we are creative, we're not just putting it in a cup, we're doing other things to it to try to make it more imaginative. So, beverage catering at its best.
You got that quote, folks.
Okay. Okay, now.
Now, is that your company?
Absolutely. I actually have a business partner. It's my mom. So, yes. So it's myself and my mom. I started the company myself. I actually started the company 10 years ago, and I did it with a different partner, my best friend for the first 3 years. She subsequently moved on to something else, and I brought my mom in because who can you trust more than your mom? And my mom actually retired from her government job to help me grow the company. So absolutely.
Interesting.
It is. It's exciting. It's different. she had no background in bartending or anything like that, but she did have some background in event planning. So she brings that knowledge as well as some decorating. It's always funny when we do things, I don't see colors and how something should be set up. I'm a truly mixologist. My background is in bartending. I know how to put the drinks together, but a lot of our creativity, it's coming from my mom.
I got you. What is her name?
My mom, it's Pat.
Okay.
Absolutely. So Pat's my day-to-day. She answers the phones most of the time when people call. That's exactly who they're talking to. And she has vision. She definitely, when you tell her, hey, this is what I want, she's the one that you're talking to that says, oh, you want a beer garden? Yeah, we can come in, we can do a designer bar, we can set up. They wear the little outfits, the little beer garden outfits, and the guy in the lederhosen. That's all Pat. So, and she comes up with these things and then comes back to me and say, Ricki, this is the idea. And I go, okay, all right. This is how we're going to do this. So, but it always works out. Absolutely always works out. So she's definitely the visionary. I come in and do the logistics. So it works out. It definitely works out most of the time. Not all the time. Sometimes it's just a matter of, it's very big. We do really big events sometimes, so we can do an event for 1,000 people, or we can do an event for 5 or 10. It really doesn't matter. And so sometimes the logistics are different for 1,000 people than they are for 10.
Makes sense.
Absolutely.
Okay. What got you to start the company?
Honestly, myself and my best friend, we were sitting on my back porch and we said, we should start a business. Just like we should start a business. And we're going, well, what do you know how to do? Well, I know how to pour a drink, not to mention, I'm actually an accountant by trade. So I'm school trained accountant. So absolutely, I knew numbers and those kinds of things. But we're going, okay, but I was also bartending on the side. And so, but that was her primary goal. She was a bartender. So we started out with just, some of our customers from the bar would ask us to do birthday parties or parties for them. And what we realized is that when we went to these parties, they would always be missing something. Everybody thinks that they're a bartender. Everybody thinks they know what they're supposed to have. But we would get there and they'd say, make me a Long Island iced tea. And we're going, you're missing 4 of the ingredients. You can't make a Long Island iced tea. There's 5 things in it, 4 of them are missing. So it makes it a little more difficult. So it kind of came out of what we started doing then was we would bring all of these things that people needed to make a really fantastic party and to make sure that we had everything we needed. So what we found is that we were spending more money than we were making. Okay? So we had to go back and reevaluate the bottom line here. Okay? So, after a year of losing money, then we said, oh, we need to tell people you're going to need this, and this is what it's going to cost. Thus, the whole idea behind mixology bartending, it's yes, we can do it, but we can do it best and the brightest if we can bring these things with us so that you have everything that you need. But so we've perfected it over the years. Like I said, she was with me for about 3 years, or we were together for about 3 years, and then I kind of took it and made it a little bit bigger than it is, than it was when we were together.
Okay. You mentioned the word bartending being part of the title. That may not necessarily be a good thing. Are you planning to change it?
We've played around with it a couple of times, and what we've we always come back to, we've been in business so long now that it's a branded name, and we're at the place now where people recognize the logo. They recognize, oh, you did an event, you did my friend's event, you did something else, and so we're kind of a little bit afraid to change the name because people know mixology bartending. And the other problem would be, even if we just wanted to keep the mixology portion, there actually are probably 20 or 30 different businesses that have the mixology in it. So it makes it a little difficult to just keep the mixology and not not add in or do something else. We thought about making it bartending and beveraging. We thought about making it beveraging and we played around with it. So we've thought about it, definitely. We even consulted with a couple of people to come up with some stuff, and it just...
It was not communicate.
It wasn't close enough to what we had. So we even thought about it. So finally we're talking about maybe in the next year we're going to do a spin-off from it, and create mixology catering, and catering will do everything kind of that bartending does, but we still get to keep the mixology bartending name. So that's the consideration now.
After our discussion, I think it makes sense, because the problem in mixology, because there's such a thing called mixology in painting. So if you start just in mixology, people don't know, they lose that concept. And bartending, they definitely get that it's about drinks.
Right.
So they're not confused about that.
Right.
So mixology bartending makes it, I think, quote unquote, if you ask me, a superior image.
It does. It does.
So it's not just bartending, what do you want, give that to you, but we create something special for you.
Yep, that's exactly it. And so even when you kind of sound like what the consultants were kind of trying to tell us the same thing. It's like you're losing something in the transition if you go away from the name completely. So we're like, okay, we're going to keep it and maybe just spend something else off and create a second company that does all the other things that we kind of would like to do.
Mixology catering, do you plan to provide food as well?
That's the idea.
Well, that will work. I think that will be fine, because then now you can do the mixology. When you say catering, they know it's about drinks.
Exactly.
And the catering is just food added to it. I think that will work out easily.
That's what we were thinking. Only thing is, catering is such a broad market, and it's such a hard market to get into and build a brand. So we're looking at it. That's the plan. We may not call it mixology catering, but the idea is that we're going to branch off and do some catering stuff. We're going to partner with an existing catering company.
Got it.
And kind of, I don't want to say take over, but we're going to join, but our name will be the surviving name of the company.
Okay.
So we're hoping for growth, definitely.
All right. So the next question to you is, what do you consider the biggest challenge?
Currently or in the beginning? There's a lot of challenges.
Since the beginning of time.
You know what's funny is our biggest challenge in the beginning, and again I said I have an accounting background, and so I've had several companies over the years. And one of my companies was financial planning, and to kind of help small businesses get started. And what I've found is that there was nobody doing what we were doing except one company. And so trying to get insurance, people say, well, you're a catering company? No, we're not a catering company. You don't sell any food? We don't sell any food, but we're a bar business. Well, we can't insure that. So you have do you have a location? No, we don't have a location, but we're a bar service. We're not a catering service. So insurance was a challenge. What category to put us under was a challenge. And just trying to get mentors or people to help guide us through, hey, you need to have this, you need to have that. There was no one there to tell us what, because we fit in such a small, little, unique niche. So there was a problem in the beginning. So I spent a lot of time down at business centers saying, no, you need that piece of paper. Nope, you don't need that piece of paper. You got to go back and get this piece of paper. Spent a lot of time, trying to figure out exactly where did we fit and where were we supposed to go. And so that was the challenge. Now it's become, there's probably 10 or 15 other companies that do or try to do what we do. I don't think they do it half as well as we do, but there's a lot of companies that we've kind of paved the way for. And now they can go into the same Maryland office and say, no, this is who I am. And they go, oh, okay. And that's it. That's it, which is definitely odd. Now I think our biggest challenge is that. It's the fact that, we're a premier organization, and because we're a premier organization and that we're an actual business, and we know what the costs are that go into creating a quality product, but we have these 10 new companies behind us that don't know, that underbid. And so yes, they're winning bids from us, but ultimately they're losing money. So they're still at the stage that we were. Yeah. Exactly, where they don't know any better and the client doesn't know any better. So I think our biggest challenge now is not to say that we're expensive, but you get what you pay for. And we know what we're doing. We know exactly how to produce whatever it is that you're imagining, and that's what you want. So trying to convince clients that this is what you need is probably the difficult portion.
It takes some marketing.
It does. It does. It does. It takes a lot of conversations and a lot of back and forth. But sometimes you got to kind of say, you know what, I don't think that we're the right company for you because we're not going to do a lesser job, unfortunately.
Okay.
You know, so we've learned that over the years. It took us a lot of years to tell a client, well, we don't think that we're the company for you. But I think it takes a lot more integrity to say that we want to produce a quality product, and you want a quality product. This is your wedding. This is your big corporate event. This is something that you want to take pride in, and so you want to take pride in all parts of its production.
Okay. Very good. Got it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So laid back there. It's Basil. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. All right. Outstanding.
So what is your biggest success, Ricki? What would you consider your biggest success?
I think my biggest success, honestly, it came this year. And this year we won an award for Best Minority Business. And at this,
congratulations.
Thank you. But at this dinner, it was a group of, I'm going to say kids, but they were 16, 17-year-olds, group of young ladies sitting at this table together. And they came over and they were talking to me, myself and Pat, and it was, I think what you're doing is great, and how do I aspire to be you? I thought that was fantastic, you know, and to sincerely want to know how did we get there and what can they do to get there too was great. It's, you know, I think it's between that and the work we do with senior citizens, those two things are my greatest successes behind everything else.
Okay. And what are your future plans now?
Well, but
dominate the market at this stage of the game, you're doing well. So what do you have any future plans?
Well, again, we're going to try to spin off and create the catering company. We're looking at possibly opening an office in Atlanta. Looking to expand, and then there's a consideration down the line to franchise what we're doing, and so that people who do want to do this, that we can show them the right way to actually do all of these things, so that they don't lose the money that we lost, because we lost a lot of money in the beginning. A lot of money, you know, in the beginning. So that's what we'd like to do down the line after we've perfected it and made it a machine. We're really good at it now, but we want to make it a machine and something that we can package and market.
Definitely makes sense.
I should hope so. I should hope so. You know, but like I said, spinning it and trying to move it to Atlanta, that's probably going to come before we try to franchise it. And that's because we actually have family based out of Atlanta that we can trust to set it up. And once we set it up, to help us run it, so we can kind of go back and forth.
Okay. And is this the uniform of your company?
Primarily, it's the uniform. Almost always you get, it's usually a white tuxedo shirt, and it's always a tie and a vest. Generally, it does have the mixology name and the logo on it, but we do a lot of costumed events, or events that have themes. And so if you have a theme, like we did the beer garden thing, and they were in little cocktail dresses. We've done Halloween, where they wanted them to dress up Halloween. We do a lot of bachelorette parties, and so sometimes they want something a little less formal, I'll just say. I'll go with that. We've done tropical themed, so you know, so it's whatever a person can dream up, we can provide it. But traditionally, this is the uniform.
Okay, it's really nice uniform.
Thank you. It works out, and we like it because it lets you know that we're different from the catering staff. I mean, quite often the caterers, they have bow ties and you know, maybe the cummerbunds or something like that. This way, you know that, hey, we're not the catering staff and that we're separate from them. So it works out a little bit better.
Okay.
And it's free advertising. I'm all for free advertising and brand marketing. Come on, you gotta do that all the time. So that's it.
Yeah, I remember the event. They have T-shirts. The one that came, burgundy,
the burgundy
t-shirts,
t-shirts with our name on it and the
Yes.
name on the back.
Yes.
Yeah. Some Saturdays I get dressed and I just walk around town, and let people ask me, "Oh, what is that?" And it works out great. It's like, "Oh, what is that?" And so I just get to talk for 5 minutes. You know, you ever tell people about the when I first started doing this? I went to a couple of sales classes to learn the elevator pitch. Have you heard that? It's like, "Oh, what do you say? How do you get somebody in 30 seconds?" And so that's what I do. I walk around, I go to the grocery store. Hey, wait, did you want to know about me? So that's what I do. You know, free advertising. Come on, free advertising. My mom laughs at me all the time because she's like, "Do you sleep in it?" It's like in case there's a fire, if I get out, I'm gonna have my shirt on. So always an opportunity to advertise. Come on, that's what I'm saying.
Actually, it's very, very commendable. It's a good thing to do. I have a friend of mine who happens to be a printer, and he does the same thing. And of course, he wants people to do that, but so he can provide a service. But definitely,
you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. And we've got more business from people say, "Oh, I met you such and such place." It's like, yes, yes, you did. Absolutely great. So it works out.
The name of the advertisement, the way it get the name out, that's the name of the game. And these get the name out literally as long as you wear it. So it's
you never know.
Yes.
You never know. It's kind of like people who have logos on their vans and stuff like that.
Yes.
You never know.
Yes.
Even though I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because they also tell you you ran in front of me or you cut me off too. Now you know they're going to do that as well.
I guess you just have to be disciplined.
Right.
When you're in your car, you do whatever you want, but when you're in a company car.
Okay, that's the only drawback to the whole logo on your name, you know, on your truck. That's all I'm saying. Other things to consider, you know. I always have to be nice because I never know who's going to remember me, you know. So it's terrible. It's hard. It's very hard. It's a plus and a minus to everything, right? Okay, so that's how I feel.
I have a question for you. How do you promote your business? Or from the beginning, how do you promote it the most? What did you do?
In the beginning, that goes back to all the money we lost. Trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, we were doing print advertising. We were in a lot of different local magazines, you know, the ones that go to people's houses. We were doing brochures. We used to ride around and put them inside of people's mailboxes. We were doing, that's when I learned that it was illegal to put flyers on people's cars. Okay, I'm just saying. So we did that too. You know, we did a lot of trade shows and networking. We got out to anything somebody was having. Myself or one of my staff people, we were there. And we were there dressed with our name on it, handing out cards saying, "Have you heard? What are you having? What are you doing?" So we were at everything that they could be at. And they were like, didn't I see? Yeah, you sure did. And by the way, tell a friend that's going to tell a friend that's going to tell a friend. So,
But, you know, you mentioned this several times about the money lost. I say it was invested.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It didn't feel that way in the beginning, but
Yeah,
we
sure.
still now, it's an
but
investment.
it was and then, you know, all this, you never know, because you may give somebody a flyer, they don't need to serve it now, later down the line, or the name, remember, you know, it's I'm sure by now, over the period of 10 years, it paid you, recoup you money.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, absolutely. But it's true what they say about businesses that sometimes you get to the 5-year mark and it's up or down, and you know that's where you need to decide: do you continue or do you kind of go backwards, or is it over? And I'd say more like the 6-year mark was when we hit, and they're like, okay, you know, we made a little money this year. Do we go forward or do we? That's it. And that's where we said, you know what, we're going all in and we're going to make this work, and we turned the corner after that. And so we're definitely, I think there's a lot of growth potential, but.
Absolutely, but also because at the time, you probably did not have a mentor, probably, and then you was the first. So who knew how to promote such a thing, or where to promote it, and what have you?
Right.
So you have to. That's what the franchise will pay you when you start franchising it. All the experience, you know what to do, what not to do.
Exactly.
By bringing that to market, you'll be even paid, I believe, several times, several fold.
That's the hope, that people will learn from what we should have done or shouldn't have done, and not make those same errors, or just spend the money in those same kind of errors, and that's it. But
also,
definitely a learning experience.
Yeah, also because when you're going to be briefing franchisee about it, you'll be talking from reality. It is hard for you to guess this work does not work if it's only in your mind.
Exactly. That's very true.
Yes, but once you've done it, you can say it doesn't work, I did it, and then you can convey that they can get the point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I find it now, a lot of the other entrepreneurs, we get together and we talk about, hey, have you done this? Have you done this? Well, let's try this. What about this? What do you think about that? And I think that is the beauty in networking, is that you do get an opportunity to talk with other people that can say, if nothing else, to tell you, you need to go here because that's an opportunity that you may or may not be missing. And that's just, sometimes you hear stuff word of mouth. So I agree.
Okay. Very good. The last word you want to convey to our audience? Last thought you want to communicate to our audience? My
last word would be big or small, it doesn't make a difference what it is. By all means, please call Mixology Bartending or check our website, mixologybar.com. I would also say we go 2 hours in any direction from the Upper Marlboro area. That's Richmond, that's Delaware. It doesn't make a difference. We also will do destination. So give us a call. Absolutely. Destination, meaning we did an event in Jamaica. So they they sent us over. They had rented a mansion and they were doing a weekend wedding, and so they brought us out because they wanted us. So that being said, big or small, doesn't make a difference. We'll do it if you want to pay us to do it. We are absolutely the best in town. What was I going to say? We've won awards for our business for the last 6 years in a row.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Folks, they did a good job. They came to our event, Expo, last time we had in May. It was a hit, it was a success.
Absolutely. It was great being there. Everybody there was wonderful.
Yeah, we love it very much. And they will be back with us at our Expo we're having over here on December 6th, right here at Shriners International. And have 100 exhibitors there. We expect 400 to 500 business people. And we're definitely counting on you to be the highlight again.
We can do that. We can do that. We like to highlight.
Yeah, phenomenal job, phenomenal doing. And everybody was blown away about it. So join us for that expo, and we'll be there. Looking forward to having you there. I really appreciate having you, because I wanted to say my thank you.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Yes, for everything that you do and everything that you'll do in the future. But yes, franchise that I think that will add definitely to several lives around here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you.
My pleasure. I also want to remind you folks that we have the monthly event as well over here in Fairfax at the Old Town Hall with 30 to 40 business owners. Generally the third Thursday of the month. The address is 3999 University Drive. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're looking forward to seeing you again. As always, have a very productive day. Bye-bye.
This program was brought to you by Organo Gold. Organo Gold is a health and wellness company that provides healthy coffees, teas, and chocolate. All one has to do is consume the available products to get all the available benefits. One can also share these products with others to help them improve their health as well. For more information, call 703-359-5642 or visit the website basilemba.com.